from the LSPA and also from inspectors from the City of LaGrange. Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have two characters, and I'll say that literally, two characters that will be talking about an upcoming play that will be held at LSPA. I have to my far left, Melanie Cummings, and immediately to me I have Jack Bagley. Welcome both you all to the show.
Thank you all. Good to be here.
And I didn't mean to call you characters because I know that you both ham it up, no doubt.
Well, I've been doing it for so long. I'm the original Hamasaurus.
Hamasaurus, that's right. Well, this is my first time having both of you all here on the show. So, Jack, I'm going to jump to the beautiful lady on the other side.
Please, ladies first.
Melly, if you don't mind, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I've been doing theater. I'm a graduate of LaGrange College, so a theater department. So LaGrange has always been in my blood. I've helped with theater, television, a little bit of radio, that sort of stuff. But it was a passion of mine to come back to my roots about a year ago. And came up to LSPA and auditioned for a play, and it was a small role, of which Jack and I both were friends in it. I was a Russian Grand Duchess, he was my Russian friend, so we helped each other out with the play.
And I speak Russian, so it helped.
You speak Russian, very good. Yes. All right, so you're native to LaGrange then?
I am.
All right, very good. And you have experience, you say television and those various things, background. All right, very good. And of course, Jack, I think, who needs no introduction.
I hope not after all this time.
I was about to say, we've been listening to you. I know I've been listening to you on the radio for years. I won't say the number.
Well,
I'll let you share that if you like.
I'll be glad to. I've been on radio now in this town for 42 years.
That's right. Oh my God.
I started at WLAG and then moved over to WTRP in 1977, and I'm still there.
That's it. You know,
and I had 10 years in television as well.
That's right. That's right. And you know, I always used to listen to WLAG because when I have three brothers. And our initials are WLAG, Willie, Larry, Alton, and Greg. So that was my claim to fame with WLAG. That's right.
Classic. I like that.
Absolutely. So, Jack, tell us a little bit about yourself. Other than the fact that you've been here 42 years, you probably don't need to tell us much, but just share a little bit about yourself if you don't mind.
Well, I'm originally from Chicago, and the happiest day of my life was when the Cubs won the World Series in 2016. I've been here in LaGrange since 1970, and been working in radio, and also I've been a teacher. Now I work for newspapers in Meriwether County in Manchester. I'm layout editor for 5 weekly newspapers. I earned my doctorate in education, and suddenly the school systems couldn't afford me anymore.
Oh, goodness.
But it happens. It's all right. I'm happy now. Very happy. But I've been doing stage work since I was 5 years old. And since this year I'll be 60, that's 55 years on stage.
Whoa.
I may get it right one day.
You may get it right. Well, you know what? We're going to give you another opportunity, Jack.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And you got a good therapist that's going to help you through this.
Yes, very much so.
That's right. We're here today to talk about Jake's Women's. Tell us a little bit about it without giving it all away.
Well, I won't give it all away, but Jake's Women was written by Neil Simon, prolific playwright. And he did this one in the early 90s, and it's the story of a writer named Jake, which I portray, whose marriage is falling apart. And it's his second marriage. His first wife passed away years before. And Jake has a thing about all the women in his life being in his thoughts. Well, on stage, all the women in his thoughts come out and actually, we see them. His first wife, who's passed away, a thought rendition of his current wife, his daughter at 2 different ages, his therapist, Edith, and then there's the visit from the girlfriend that he has when he and his wife separate.
Oh, I bet that's a nightmare.
It's an interesting thing. We're watching Jake as he slowly melts into madness, it seems.
Okay. And Melly, you play his therapist.
Right.
How do you deal with all this?
Well,
sarcasm.
Exactly. Basically, yeah. I make fun of why he won't do things in life, and then try to tell him how he needs to do them, but then he doesn't care. He'd like to make fun of Edith because he doesn't like the way Edith runs her own life. So.
Oh, okay. He knows how to run her life better than
exactly.
he does.
He knows how to run everybody's life better than his own
life.
Right.
Okay. And I understand that Jack, that you're the only male in this production.
I am. I'm the only man in the production, and I am on stage the entire show, except for a 10-second bit where I get to walk off stage for a moment.
Oh, okay. All right. So, needless to say, there's probably a lot of dialogue that you had to learn.
97 pages of dialogue.
Okay.
And if they give me about another month, I may have it right.
You may have it right.
Unfortunately, we open on May 3rd.
Oh, okay. All right. And this is going to be a dinner play as well. Talk a little bit about that if you don't mind, Melanie.
Well, it was my first time to actually be able to work with dinner theater with the LSPA, and I absolutely love it because the audience is right here. So while you can actually interact with the audience if you need to, or you can be in the play, but it's actually, you can walk and your foot is right there and someone's sitting there enjoying whatever libations that they bring with them, and you can actually either bring food before, have a big picnic for yourselves and your friends and family, whoever you bring, or you can order from the restaurants through the website, LSPA, I always say it wrong, Jack, help me.
LSParts.org.
LSPA. See, I tried to do it again. LSP.
Don't worry, we'll fix it in the edit.
We'll fix it in post there.
That's right. Okay.
But it's nice to be able to enjoy time with your family and friends, sit there and be as close to the stage as being on it.
Absolutely. And you're talking about that being able to be right there at the audience. That could be kind of advantageous and disadvantageous to you because you're also being able to interact with the audience.
In fact, there are a couple of places in the play where Jake actually breaks what we call the fourth wall and speaks directly to the audience.
Okay.
I have some rather lengthy monologues that I deliver to the audience, and what I've chosen to do is actually interact with individuals in the audience at certain points.
Okay.
We'll just see how that goes.
I'm about to say, you kind of mix in the dinner, the other things, and you there talking out of your head. Who knows what you might get back, right?
See, I was typecast. I'm talking out of my head.
There you go. Now, let me ask you, because I know that, you say that it opens up on Thursday, May the 3rd.
Right.
The ticket cost is?
$17 for adults. I believe it's about 12 for,
I think it is 12
for youngsters.
Okay. All right.
And it's appropriate. There's only a little bit of adult language in there. It's appropriate for maybe teenagers and upward.
Okay.
But we're going to be in production on May 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. The 6th, which is Sunday, is a matinee.
Okay.
The other shows are at 7:30. I believe.
Yes.
7 or 7:30, somewhere
Okay.
there.
All right.
And then the following week we'll be doing the 10th, 11th, and 12th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So a total of 7 productions.
Oh, okay. Very good. 7 productions, $17 for adults, about $12 for youth.
Yeah, right.
But they can go out to the website LSPAarts.org.
No extra A. LSP Arts.
Arts, okay. .org.
How come I'm the only one who knows this?
And I've said this before on the show.
I watched your show.
Absolutely.
You got it from me. I'm
did.
contagious
Melanie,
with it.
you started this. That's right. Let me, you're talking about, because both you all have experience on the stage, radio, television, and various things of that nature. But I understand in talking with you all, there's 3 individuals that have never been on stage before. Talk about the experience that you all had working with them, if you don't mind.
It's great.
They are phenomenal.
Okay. All right.
We have Molly, age 12, and age 21.
Right.
It is their main stage debuts. And then we have a wonderful woman by the name of LaKay Ford, who is playing his girlfriend, unfortunately, and comes in the craziest scene of the play. But she is
Jake has his meltdown with her character.
with her.
Oh, okay.
But we do want to mention the other 2 who are doing their first big roles on the stage. Becca, McDowell, who is playing Molly at age 12.
And Annabelle Kelly.
And Annabelle Kelly, who plays Molly at age 21. Now, Annabelle has a lot of stage experience, as does Becca, but this is their first on-stage roles of any real consequence. So we're really happy to have them with us and work with them.
Absolutely.
They're great.
And as most people know, Becca is the daughter of Keith, who works here at the station. And Keith and his wife have been in theater and been supporters of that for a very long time and do a wonderful job. Amy and Keith, absolutely. Now, and I know that this is not done just by the actors. There's volunteers, things of that nature. Talk about the volunteers.
Well, I want a big shout out to our director and our stage manager.
Yes.
Jeff Sargent is our director, and I've worked with him many productions, and he's a very good director, very easy to work with.
My first time being under his tutelage, and I absolutely adore it.
And Kelly Finley is our stage manager, and I've worked with her on numerous productions, both as an actor and as a stage manager. So we're in very good hands.
Very good. You know, Jeff and I have we worked together years ago when we were both in the police department. We were the two first dare officers for the City of LaGrange, so I know Jeff very well and have heard his name mentioned a number of times as doing and directing various plays. So
and again, of course, the rest of the members in our cast are phenomenal. Carol Kane, long time standout actress.
No introduction.
Exactly. Abigail Moore, who plays my late wife. And then
Melissa Stanley,
who plays my sister. She is. These are fabulous actors, and I'm so happy to be working with them.
So, what do you hope the audience take away from this production?
An evening of fun. Well, that's the whole idea. To have an evening of fun, forget your troubles for a little while, realize that poor old Jake does have it worse than you do, but also understand that the people in your life are very important to you, and be aware of that and be one with them.
Very good. Well, if you don't mind, as we have a couple of seconds left here, just recap the times and the prices for the play, if you don't mind.
May 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Every evening is an evening performance except the Sunday the 6th, which is a matinee. $17 for adults, $12 for children. LSPArts.org.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure sitting down with both of you, and I know that the public will come out and enjoy just seeing what all Jake's got going on in his head.
Exactly.
And Melanie, if you can, help him out, okay?
I'll try.
All right.
It'll be hard, but I'll try.
It will be hard. Well, thank both of you all for being on the show today, okay?
Thank you all.
All right.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment.